Hi everyone, I'm Cypher and welcome back to the channel. So last year I built my own little Tamagotchi style virtual pet. And honestly, it wasn't good enough. It worked, but it didn't feel smart. It didn't feel alive. So this time, I'm rebuilding everything from the ground up. New hardware, new software, new personality. A better brain, a cleaner UI, actual behaviors, and the whole thing redesigned properly. Something that actually feels like a living, evolving creature on your desk. This is Tamify version 2. So here's what I want to do with this upgrade. First of all, no more modular display setup. Tamify V2 needs to look clean, compact, and professional. I want it to be kind of device you look at and actually enjoy having on your desk. The whole thing is getting smaller and more refined than the first version. And at its core, I want a proper Wi-Fi based feeding system, because the pet shouldn't just react, it should act on its own. It should explore, make decisions, and feel alive without me constantly pressing buttons. And of course, I've added a few extra features, some useful, some chaotic, and some little evil. I'll show you all of those at the end, so stick around. First of all, just like most of my projects, this one is also completely open source. You can find the full documentation, source code, and PCB files on my GitHub. And if you like to support my work and help me creating projects like this, you can join my Patreon. It really means a lot. I started with the PCB. When you compare the two versions side by side, the new Tamify is half the size, which is exactly what I wanted. I spent hours shaping the board, tweaking the curves, and rearranging components just to make the layout perfectly symmetrical. It sounds obsessive, but then I looked at the finished PCB and yeah, it was worth every minute. I'm genuinely happy with how clean it turned out. For the display, I went with an ST7789 again. Same family as the first Tamify, but a new size and this time not modular. No modules, no adapters, just clean integrated hardware. I also added a MOSFET so I can control the screen brightness properly. The buttons, 6 soft tactile switches, super satisfying, very clicky, and they look really clean on the front. When I powered the screen for the first time, it actually worked immediately. Then I accidentally tapped it with a hot air gun and gave it a tiny scar. It's a battle damage, doesn't affect anything. This video is sponsored by NextPCB. If you're working on a custom hardware project, NextPCB is a solid choice for PCB manufacturing. They offer high quality boards, fast production times, and support for everything from simple prototype to advanced multi-layer designs. Check them out through the link in the description, and thanks for the NextPCB for supporting the channel. And for the final touch, I added 4 WS2812 2020 no pixels. They're tiny, bright, and they make the board look so premium. I also want to Tamify work as a tiny desktop tool and something you can carry around. So I added a TP4056 charger for battery support. It's not the absolute perfect solution, but for now, it does the job well. I also included a CP2102 USB 2 TTL chip. Yes, the ESP32 already has USB built-in, but having this chip on board just makes development and flashing a lot smoother. And it gives me more flexibility for future features. Alright, now let's talk about how Tamify actually works. When you boot up the device, you land on the home screen. This is basically Tamify's little habitat. You will see the pet idling, resting, or plotting chaos. Depends on its mood. Under that, you get the core stats: hunger, happiness, and health. And the pet's current mood plus evolution stage. Everything updates in real time. And here's the cool part. Tamify acts on its own. It hunts Wi-Fi, explores networks, gets bored, goes to sleep, wakes up, and even gets sick if you ignore it. To control everything, I built a full menu UI with different categories. First of all, pet status. Shows all the important information: stats, mood, age, evolution progress. It's basically your dashboard to figure out if Tamify is thriving or dying. Environment. This one reads your surroundings. It checks Wi-Fi signals, hidden networks, open networks, just like a tiny cybersecurity sidekick. That environmental data also affect the pet's mood and behavior. System info. This section shows hardware stats like CPU usage, RAM, battery levels, firmware version, everything that keeps the device alive. Controls. Here you can adjust display brightness, LED brightness, and whether the sound or no pixel be on or off. Basically all the stuff you will constantly play with. Setting. This is where you have a deeper control over Tamify. Auto sleep, auto save interval, theme, reset the pet data, or fully factory reset. And yes, every setting saves into Flash, so your pet won't forget who it is after a reboot. Now let me tell you how Tamify's behavior system works. The pet isn't just animated, it has a full decision engine. Every few seconds, it decides, should I hunt Wi-Fi? Should I explore networks? Should I rest? Or should I do nothing? The stats shape its personality. Low hunger mean wants to hunt. High curiosity mean explore hidden or open network. Stress level influence rest, and mood affects animation speed and sound. By the way, while I was building Tamify, I ended up making a whole new tool to speed up the UI design process. It's called DisplayKit. It's a web-based UI builder for TFT and OLED displays, designed specifically for projects like this. If you want to try it, it's available on my GitHub, completely free and ready to use right in your browser. I also gave Tamify some interesting features too. For example, if your pet gets very angry, it sends random DOS packet to nearby Wi-Fi network, shutting them down for a few seconds. Or when it's feeling emotional, it will broadcast custom Wi-Fi access points with messages based on its mood, like a tiny creature screaming into the void. And yes, I'm not done with Tamify. I really like where this project is going. My next step is adding AI so you'll actually be able to talk to your pet and it talks back to you. I have too many ideas for Tamify and I'm definitely not stopping here. So yes, Tamify will be back soon.